When your child struggles with sensory issues like daily meltdowns, refusal to wear certain clothes or eat certain food textures, difficulty sleeping and making transitions, and so forth, it can be exhausting and also very isolating for parents. Each sensory related tantrum or meltdown in the store or restaurant leaves you feeling the weight of the judgmental stares of other parents or people who don't know that your child struggles with sensory issues and that there's a root neurological cause to your family's daily struggles. As parents, there is nothing in the world we love more than our children, and when they suffer, we suffer. So if you have a child who's easily overwhelmed in large crowds, can't handle loud noises or certain textures, is always touching everything, can't handle transitions well, or just doesn't pick up on social cues or understand personal space, not only can it be frustrating and embarrassing, but absolutely heartbreaking to watch them struggle with these stressful sensory situations. While many conventional pediatricians and people still mistakenly believe that sensory issues in kids are just boys being boys or the terrible twos, the truth is that they do not resolve on their own, and often these issues grow into other challenges later in life. This video is specifically made for moms and dads who want to better understand sensory issues in kids and explore some natural solutions when therapies, diets, and avoiding the triggers aren't quite getting to the bottom of it. In this video, you'll learn all about sensory issues, what they are, how they manifest, their impact on kids' lives, underlying causes like subluxation and vagus nerve dysfunction, plus some drug-free care options like specialized chiropractic care, some calming techniques, sensory diets, and more. Sadly, the rate and prevalence of sensory issues in kids has exploded over the last generation or two, with some studies and estimates showing it to be 1 in 6 kids. Sensory processing disorder and related sensory challenges in kids are still poorly understood by conventional pediatricians, and they often fail to really recognize a child's struggles and their real root causes, leaving parents feeling alone and struggling to find out what's really going on with their child. This video today will help clear up any confusion and answer those questions in a major way, and also leave you with those drug-free action steps that you're seeking to help calm your child's sensory storm and get them back to happier, calmer, better days. So here's what we know. Sensory issues involve difficulties processing various stimuli, and they're linked to conditions like sensory processing disorder, autism spectrum disorders, and ADHD. And once the sensory processing systems of the body become overwhelmed and off track, it leads to constant noise, confusion, and disorganization in the brain, which then links to autism and ADHD. And once the body-to-brain connection gets disrupted and filled with all of that noise and confusion, it immediately disrupts focus and cognition, as well as behavioral and emotional regulation in a big way. The simplest way to understand how sensory issues in kids affect the brain's function is to know that the brain and the body are connected through all sorts of sensory nerves. So if the digestive system, muscles, immune system, and so forth are dysfunctional, that noise, tension, and inflammation reaches the brain and it disrupts its function. The two main pathways that are linked to sensory issues in kids are the proprioceptive movement-based pathway and the vagus nerve, which is the number one most intricate and important sensory processing nerve in the entire body. These two sensory pathways are designed to calm, relax, and regulate the brain, aka the exact things that kids with sensory issues struggle to do. And when these pathways become interfered with and dysfunctional, or what we call subluxated, sensory issues can then start brewing early and often for that child. The most common cause of injury or interference to the brainstem or the vagus nerve and proprioception is birth interventions and trauma from things like forceps use, vacuum extraction, inductions, or C-section deliveries. Oftentimes, the first solution parents turn to for sensory issues is occupational therapy, or OT. To help kids with sensory issues, OTs, they'll create a plan that may consist of exercises, integrative activities, and other forms of therapeutic tools to improve the child's fine motor skills and sensory skills. However, these movement-based therapies are great, but oftentimes they fall just short of getting to the deeper root causes, which are subluxation, altered proprioception, and vagus nerve dysfunction coming from the brainstem, upper neck, and the neurospinal system. So if your child's struggling with sensory meltdowns and you have tried everything to no avail, it's likely there are deeper neurological and vagus nerve dysfunctions that need to be addressed first. This is where neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic care comes in. It's a very specialized form of care that we provide here at Foundations. In our office, we use cutting-edge technology called the Insight scans that can actually directly measure the location and severity of these sensory issues and subluxations, within your child's nervous system, helping us to form a tailored, custom care plan to address the real root causes of these sensory issues. Over time, as we address these subluxations and neurological dysfunctions, your child's nervous system can then better calm, relax, and regulate, which leads to better sleep, easier transitions, fewer meltdowns, and just a vastly improved quality of life.